Trip all big splash, baby, you can see it. Hey, strong. I ride the way. On the surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Strong. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. For pocket full on repeat. I ride the way. On the surfboard emergency. Ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Strong. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. For pocket full on repeat. Strong with pocket full on repeat. Gotta count up and a pin down. Picture go about 100 miles. Gotta look, can't miss now. Standing tall, ready, always on go. Taking me to pin town. P.O. said slow down, so I caught the wave and I skipped town. 16 was on underage, there's 12 jurors in a mistrial. They seen I was underpaid, said 2 wide, no 10 tile. I need like a man, even if your eyes don't dare to. Touchdown like I had a 6 with a shimmy, nigga, that's a pulse move. Don't be worried about a straw, dude. Do you and I'ma do I. So the boy got a paint job.
What up, big dog? What up, big dog? Up in the East Hand. Timothy.
Referee, let him shoot 3. Put sweat in it 2 degrees. So my water, I can barely breathe. Kelly Slater with the board flip. Push it up when the chords hit. Violins in a bell tip. Open up, let me splash it. Right away. On the surfboard emergency. I ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. For pocket full on repeat. All right, away. On the surfboard emergency. I ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. For pocket full on repeat. Second round of the fight, something ain't right. I gotta do more.
Time to get it started. It's enough with the music. It's enough with the music. Welcome to Hood Talk. This is Mr. Know-It-All, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Bella, ready to get this show started. What's up, Chelsea Coleman? Up in the He's house, up in this thing. Uh-oh, he said, he said, watching to see what you putting on my mind tonight. Just left from the forum. Wasn't impressed at all. Okay, then. Let's get on here then. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Go on, tell them what we're going down.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Marcus Honeysucker on YouTube, Mr. Know-It-All on Facebook. If you want to send him some love, there's that information at the bottom of the screen. One other good thing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing.
And don't forget to spray for your haters.
We want to talk about our city tonight. We want to know, will the new mayor make a change? Is this city heading in the right direction? What do we know about the new mayor candidates?
I told one thing, if you didn't know about the mayor, because I'm just going to call him the mayor now, but if you don't know about the new mayor, you definitely going to know about him after the night. Because I got to list something. You know, I know list something. Okay. Hey, Eminem. All right, come on. You got to say the name out for me, all that good stuff.
Mocha Monet.
Okay. I ain't know. I wasn't great in school, but I passed. I got by. Some niggas, they got by. Either I was that other road dude. You know, that other road that, you know, when they took them tests, you know how they skipped in the middle, that you had to look all the way. I had some good 20/20 vision.
Well, you know who are the candidates, right? Have you looked up each one or what?
Oh man, shoot, we can play like we don't know who gonna be mayor, but we already know who's gonna be mayor. I seen the other candidate. Is that the white boy that's rapping and stuff? That ain't a candidate, is
Not that I know of.
he just somebody that what's his name? He said he had a debate going or something one time. So I didn't know what he was, what exactly his whole thing going on.
Mm.
Yeah. But we definitely finna find out about the mayor. We definitely gonna have to find out about the mayor. I'm gonna drop some jewels tonight. You ain't know nothing about the mayor. I wrote down some paper. Okay, I wrote some paper notes down with my little notes on the computer.
Okay.
I know you thought you had seen the little things and you were like, yeah, I don't know much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got some paper. Okay, my bad. We're gonna get into it though. All right, let's start because we got a little bit. What's the name? Okay, bam.
So, who is State Senator John Horn? Jackson, Mississippi. Next mayor.
I'm just saying, I was trying to, ease it up in there, but there ain't no reason to ease it up. Ain't no reason to up and down. Bam.
Okay.
He's 70 years old.
Okay.
70 years old. You know what I'm saying?
We hope he got some knowledge under his britches.
Yeah, he got some knowledge. I got some stuff wrote down. You ain't gonna believe some of this stuff. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Horn, he's an American politician who has served in the Mississippi State Senate from the 26th district since 1993. So he has given us about 32 years of service as a Senate, huh?
Yep, sound like he's been playing around a pretty good while.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am. Oh, yeah, we got to get these. Start getting a little bit out. Come on with it.
He served as a state tourism director from 1989 to 1992. So he helped get those civil rights museums here, huh?
Yeah, he been doing a pretty good job so far.
So Horn would be the two-man April the 22nd Democratic runoff after securing 48.4% of the vote of April the 22nd. But he has won that already.
Yeah, what it is? Look at it. Keep reading that. I'm on it.
He was successfully advanced in the June 3rd, 2025 after defeating Jackson Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba in the runoff election with nearly 75% of the vote.
Bam.
Okay, after 30 years in the Senate, John is committed to bringing his experience, integrity, dedication to public service to the city of Jackson.
Bam. Come on, we're going to learn about him.
His name is John A. Horn. He's a male, born February the 8th, 1955, 70 years old. A place of birth, he was in Goodman, Mississippi. His religion is Baptist. Place of residence is Jackson, Mississippi. And his occupation is community development.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be getting into it now. We might well keep it going. He's married
to Lydia with 2 children, Siraj and Charla.
Oh, and then look at his college.
He went to Duke University, majored in strategic planning at Jackson State University. He has certificates in community leadership. And he also attends Century College for his bachelor administration. He's part of the Sigma Alpha Epsilon.
Mm,
Okay, I didn't know that.
right. And he been in that joint for since January 1993 on this thing.
30 some years.
Okay. Now we're gonna freelance a little bit. What we think about his? Let me see. Let me get back up here. Let me see. All right.
So, do you think John Hung would make a change for the city of Jackson?
Well, I think at this point, um, uh, somebody just coming in off the street could do a better job than what we've been doing lately. Um, uh, just being honest, I don't think we've been properly represented for a while because I can't see nobody riding around Jackson, Mississippi and being proud of whatever they did. You know, even Chuck Wade, you know, I look back and I look at some of the money spent on certain things. I think we didn't get to the basics, and I think we got to get back to the basics. Back to the basics is just having a clean house.
Mm.
And I think all around Jackson, we can look around and tell that it ain't been a clean house around here. We got bushes, the city, what the city supposed to be doing. It's like, how is the city going around trying to find people and trying to, you know, do city work like they trying to say, oh, look at your, and when we looking at y'all, like, look at your police car with one headlight. Look at your police car with no brake lights. Look at your, look at all your bushes not cut in front of your police station. Look at your parking lot, you know, got grass growing all through it. And I mean, look at your city streets. Look what you supposed to be handling. Yeah, you own everybody else, but look at these big old potholes that you got, whole big you know, them big round things. They just sit them inside the potholes in Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like they sit in front of them and say, yeah, go around this here. They sit them inside of it and all that. So I just think we done been hoodwinked probably for the last 30 years. I don't remember. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people got on to preach about a couple of things, but I think when I look back on it, I think he actually tried. You know, I mean, you know, like I seen him cleaning up stuff, getting people together to clean up stuff and stuff, but I ain't seen that kind of try in a while. It's like they leaving it up to the ground people, the people on the ground, to do the work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Got a new superstar running around here with a Superman cape on, and he got to expose everything because that's just how bad Jackson have been. You just got to go everywhere. I mean, everywhere I go, I look at it and I say, wow, like Jackson is really like the apartments, the what's not, everything is going down in the dumps. Like, you know, even the people that's making the money, I ain't spending no money back in Jackson. Like they just grabbing it and letting everything go to it. It go down in the dump and they be like, hey, bye. You know.
But you know what? I can say that I believe that Senator Horn would possibly be a good person as far as building something or making it happen. Because you
Right.
know he was had his hand in the 1% sales tax for the infrastructures,
Right.
you know, throughout our city, the museums, the JSU Parkway, that runs from downtown through Jackson State University, the
I,
convention center. He helped get the Westin Hotel here, He
that's what
done
I'm
a
saying.
lot of projects in Jackson.
Yeah, I think this is what we're looking at. I think because this is how I look at it. I look at it as a dude like I sit up here and help get this money here, and ain't none of these folks running Jackson doing nothing positive about it. And I think he said, you know what? I got the money here. Now I need to go down to the lower level and help facilitate the money because a lot of people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, that when he went to Duke University, he majored in strategy planning.
Strategic planning.
Strategic planning. And then JSU certificate in community leadership. So I think he been trying to, sometimes people are trying to become leaders, and sometimes you got to take certain courses. Like, I tell people all the time, like a lot of stuff, a lot of schooling, a lot of stuff I went to school for, I might not be in the field every day, but knowing it is just like you can make sure you can know what to be done so people won't get over on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think like we done got to the point we need somebody that have experience that can come in and be like, hey, this need to be done like this. This need to be done like that. And I don't think I think we've been needing something different, a little shake up, a little different for a while. And like I said, I didn't know much about him. Um, you know, I'm looking at it. He a country boy, down there in Goodman, Mississippi, and all that. Come up here and probably, since he been in there since '93, he didn't watch the whole city go from trying to crime. Because we've been just about lost it all in that little time. We lost the mall, we lost the movie theaters, we lost the Kmart's, we lost the Packers, we lost um, the battery plant. We lost so many industries that was here. And I don't think people know how much we really lost. Because sometimes it might seem like, oh, and then I don't mean to rattle the snake up too bad, but I was reading something today, and I know people tired of hearing about Trump, but he done pulled one again today. He's putting a cap on he calling it able bodies on Section 8. Able bodies can't be on Section 8 now. I think he got it for like 2 years. And he's weaning people off Section 8. So I think they're gonna cause a little chaos because I think people been balling pretty good. But I think they saying it don't matter how many kids you got, all that. If you can work after a couple of years, you're gonna have to do what you got to do. So I think I think they're gonna throw a whole little monkey wrench in a lot of people's plans. Because he's cutting all that, trying to save some money on the other end. How many little billions he supposed to be saving for doing that too? So I'm sorry, people that I think people need to make them reservations to get them a boyfriend or something there, because all that I can do it on my own talk. I don't think it's gonna be the same in a little while. I hear people talking all that stuff. Men ain't nothing. Men ain't, but they gonna remember that other part. Men pay the bill. Oh, yeah, yeah. They gonna remember that part in a minute. And I think all that old just finding a reason to break up with somebody gonna be a totally different mantra around here. So, what you think? I want to hear.
Well, I hate that.
Did you hear the news?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I heard it today, and I was kind of shocked, surprised, and scared all at the same time. Because they said they tired of this. A lot of this stuff getting passed down from generation to generation. The mama had welfare, and then she passed down to the kids, and they learn how to do it from. And they was talking about all these people trying to, get it for a little while, quit their job and all that. Them days over. So I'm sorry. I give my condolences out to everybody who's surviving off the system, because the system ain't the same no more. It ain't gonna be the same no more. The system.
Maybe, I know they're cutting out the assistance with daycare. A lot of people have to reapply to see if they qualify and all that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a daddy. You're gonna have to start dropping the child off at Papa Smurf house or something, because a lot of things finna change around here. When I looked at it, I said, "Ooh." Then I thought about, is crime going up? Or is crime gonna go down? Because when I look at it in one way, I say, well, we finna cut out the whole project thing where, people can just sit and chill in the projects, and the kids can be over there everybody gonna have a job in a minute. The kids gonna have a job at 2, 3 years old. Okay. Everybody gonna have a job. Oh, he said, check my sound. My sound going up and down. They probably mean messing with this damn mic. Can you hear me? Can you hear me good?
I can.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, what you think though? This coming from a woman that know women out here. What you think? You think this might be a good thing, bad thing, in the middle?
Well, right now it may be bad because it may hurt some that is dependent upon it. Some people are depending upon it and they are working. Then for those who can work and don't, then it may be a push for them to try and do something better to set better example for their children.
Yeah, because how they explain it to me, like they've been looking at how people have been working, and because they don't want to put no money in the bank, cutting their jobs and stuff like that, and not cutting their hours because they don't want to work too much, because they don't want the system to know they make this much money, that much money. When I looked at it, I said, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little different. Just them finna cut Section 8 like that. and I think he already signed the bill. So like they say, I don't know. I mean, what you think about the kids part of it?
As far as what, cutting off their
Yeah, I mean, what you think
childcare?
the kid? Well, I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of ladies now not having a lot of kids anyway, but they did say it will affect people that got kids because it won't matter, how it used to matter, as in you could have Section 8 long as you had a kid in your house under a certain age or whatever. And that right there gonna be cut off. If you can work, you're gonna have to work. So I think read that.
Tim said, I think it's a good thing. We definitely know many people, both male and female, who simply are just living off the system, which are our tax dollars. Hell, I can't use my money better than anyone else.
Right. And I agree with it. Nah.
I mean, but just say for instance, you know how they take part of our taxes and things and apply for the assistance, of housing and food stamp things like that. So will they give us a tax break? Will we benefit from any of this, or who will be benefiting from it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Coming from a young man that used to be out here and needed young ladies with these affordable housing to have a place to stay. I just think it's gonna hurt a lot of men and women on both sides because all that $35 $50 rent it ain't gonna be that no more. And I think what a lot of people have mastered the art of not working, I think it gonna rattle a lot of cages up because that old just sitting at home making TikTok videos and stuff gonna be a thing of the past. I mean, but our city, back with our city, and the reason I brung that up, and this is important, the reason I brung that up because, a lot of people don't realize that they don't like our governor. And our governor will be essentially the one that's over the money and how it's funded down for the the hood and things. And you know how he don't like Jackson. So maybe the bridge might be broken a little bit with Mr. Horn in charge of Jackson, where Mr. Horn know how to manage the money that's coming through Jackson and stuff like that. And hopefully he can work, the people, the city councils, somebody on the outside that come in and they'll be able to work with him a little better because I don't think he's a hothead like a lot of, like the people we had clashing all through that. So we got to have a calm voice somewhere. And I think sometimes we need a different kind of leadership for that.
And then, his father was an experienced community leader, John Horn's father. So he got it from his daddy.
Chantel said, catch her up. She need to be caught up what's going on. Mm-hmm. If Jesse are watching, Miss Bella finna catch you up.
Well, Chantel, we're here talking about the mayor candidates. and we were talking about Mr. Horn, his qualifications as a mayor, things that he has been involved in that we're thinking that he could probably do to improve the city.
Yeah. Okay, read that one.
It's only going to hurt sorry men and women. Come on, man. Folks living in a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home off of Sourwell Road towards Byram and getting 900 in stamps all for free, but driving a $60,000 vehicle. Hello.
Ooh.
Hello. I'm telling you, I've seen it. It's so amazing.
Well, I think I don't mean to be funny, but I'm gonna be funny. I think this right here gonna help women be a little bit nicer to men these days. Especially a hard working man. I don't think women gonna be running around here falling up behind super thugs like they used to or whatever. But hard working men gonna get a second, third, and a fourth look now. So I'm sure all the women with hard working men, they're gonna be holding on tight, trying to hold on. Now I know y'all heard about that Section 8 being cut off. Now don't come over here now. Don't come over here now. Stay back over there. Where you at? How they say, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy that you had a month ago. But yeah, I just think it gonna get wild because shoot, you know, youngsters might have to give up some guns to pay some bills and stuff.
They might start using those guns.
No, ain't no reason to use guns with what? To swipe a card? Hell, it ain't no reason to run up on nobody, no guns no more. Ain't nobody carrying cash. If you ain't got a person card number, you gotta almost take somebody to the ATM. That's too much. That's too much.
But you know what? These people have their wallets and things connected to their phone. That's another way too. You know, you have all these cards connected to your phone.
Yeah, but it still can only get, like 400, 500, 600 in one night. Anyway, so say they rob you right here.
Well, they would just have to have your PIN or whatever.
No, I'm saying, but they bank ain't gonna be able to get but a certain amount, and then you'll be able to get it cut off and what's not. They're gonna look at their picture. They had to go to the bank and all that old type of stuff. A lot of that stuff you can't transfer. Like you can just call it in, hey, cut my cards off.
But you know what? I've experienced being a part of the grand jury and how people were robbing people, pulling up on them and making them cash app them at gunpoint.
Yeah, but it's you still gonna you ain't gonna get away with it.
That's what I'm saying. And they were that unsmart till they feel like that they can have somebody to cash app them to their cash app. It has to have your name connected.
Can I tell you something? Right. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. Technology is getting so smart. Just like going out the grocery store. You can go pick up whatever you want. You can pass through there. It's going to scan you for your items that you got. And if you ain't got something you ain't got, they're going to say, come here, let me check. Let me check that out. I mean, and that's what, and now it's getting to the point that if you going, like, what they robbing you for? You got, ain't nobody got but cars. They tapping and this and that. By the time you get away with a couple, by the time you get triggered, and I'm talking about these are federal crimes. So these are not no
misdemeanor
months and stuff. They start off with 2 years and stuff like that. So a lot of people, and they don't realize, like, when you got political things like this, and And you remember what I was telling you about last year and how AI was coming this year, and you see how AI done ramped up. And I was telling people how AI was coming. A lot of people gonna lose some jobs and stuff like that. And people laughed at me. They was like, this and that. And I listened to my partner the other day was talking about, people losing their 401k, 401k. It's not a whole lot of people losing them, but you got to plan. You cannot. I had to tell somebody this before. You can't live life knowing that this world is changing so fast every year, and you staying stagnant doing stuff you was doing 20, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I started out pushing a lawnmower. I'm not finna push no lawnmower no more. I mean, I'm just saying, it's just like you ain't finna go to no phone. You don't know how good a phone is on the outside. You ain't finna go to no phone, put some change in there, and make a phone call. Well, you got a cell phone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Phone on every corner with change on it. And people who had the jobs are getting the change out the phones and everything. They lost them jobs. We don't know on the people that lost them jobs. What about the people that used to read the water meters and stuff? They don't need all them people like that. They got one dude that drive around in a truck and he ain't even got to get out. All he got to do is pull in front of your house.
Mm-hmm.
This is how advanced stuff is getting.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to tell people, it's a different world.
It sure is. Mocha said, "That's sad though. That's retirement paid in."
Yeah.
Just think about the companies that went into bankruptcy, and the people that were employed there lost their 401k.
And then people don't realize even when Obama bailed out them banks some years ago, um, people don't realize all the people that lost their homes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people lost their homes. Didn't nobody pay off homes for them. You know what they did? Paid the banks back, then still let the homes go and sold the homes still. So they really got a double whammy back. They got paid for their losses and they still own your home after you lost it. So, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, boy.
He said, "Boy, you speaking the truth. I do it every day in Ridgeland."
Yeah. And and I'm just saying, like, technology, I've been telling people for so long, technology is coming. You got to start thinking bigger. You got to start moving different. You got to start looking for a new way to maintain this. You cannot stay stagnant and keep doing the same thing over and over again and think it gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when people used to fool you about gold or whatever they used to fool you with. If they try that now, you be like, that's so old. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Dude came up to me the other day. He burning a piece of gold and scratching a piece of gold. I'm looking at the gold and like, do you realize that I got gold teeth and all that? I know how gold kind of look.
Right.
Got this shit glowing like it's, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know painted gold and stuff like that. I mean, people don't understand what used to could get you can't get you no more. And what I'm gonna give you a perfect song, and it was by 8Ball and MJG. And he said, "Things we used to do, we can't do no more." And that's include working and everything. Everything we do got to be, as everything get better and AI and high tech computers and everything, they changing over. Look, you go to Taco Bell now. You used to have waiters people out here getting you in all dry, and now you can go in there and order your own food without even talking to somebody. You can tap and pay your food and everything without even dealing with a person.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to realize that you got to step your game up. You got to try something different. You got to think different. You got to say, okay, my job is here. I'm not going to have this job forever. You can Google up alux.com or whatever, and it tell you it's a lot of things. You ask them what jobs, you can Google up what jobs would not be here in 10 years, and it will tell you what jobs won't be here. We are the taxi cab driver. Well, how many taxi cabs you see driving around here?
Not many.
Stick with Uber and all that. You know what I'm saying? And so you're gonna get replaced with that because now, and this is why I be trying to be ahead of people. Is anybody noticing all these e-bikes and electrical bikes that people are riding around on here later, little scooters and everything? They got their little backpack on and they just and they on skateboards and everything just flying down the road. You're like, what is they doing? This is the new, what we thought we might be flying, but we are traveling without using gas. So we still doing something different than we thought we would be doing. The scooters are replaced with, now they got scooters with battery packs. But you can charge them, you can get up to, 200 miles on some of these scooters and stuff. So people don't understand the world is changing. I tell people now, if you are hard up for a car or anything, shoot, buy you an e-bike.
Yeah.
Get you the same place, buy your e-bike and a wetsuit. And you're going to get anywhere you want to get to, especially if you're a man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to realize is we got to change with the world.
Yeah.
And we can't stay stagnant.
And that's a lot of people's problems, being stagnant.
We can't be, let's see, B and moan. I ain't gonna cuss. We can't do this. We can't do all this old crying about what we at in life if we're not trying to advance our life at any point. Because I tell people all the time, people get on me and they be like, oh, you don't never listen to music. You don't never like music. Don't teach me nothing. A lot of people want me to sit around and listen to the same old music that dumb us down every day, make us want to shoot people, kill people, stab people, when you can be listening to a YouTube video or something that can enhance your life or teach you something different, or somebody who's telling you how to move in this new world, this new world that's coming. But we want to stay, we want to listen to some dude with tattoos on his ass talking about he want to kill half America. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
I'm just saying. And all these old, these gangsters out here that's call themselves just doing everything, they just living how they want to live. Believe me, just like in London and all across UK and all these other places, they got cameras everywhere, just like New York is a camera on everywhere. Now you probably get photo 50 times before you make it home. How these folks gonna get weeded out? They got new robots that gonna be coming. They're gonna be just looking like normal little robots walking down the street, scanning everybody's facial recognition for warrants, everything. Yeah. People don't even realize.
I seen a video of it being used in China, It was a female walking the street of China, and people were touching, and they were getting freaked out because her skin felt that of a human.
Yeah.
Was making them squeal. Just to touch it, that it felt so real.
Yeah. But we don't realize how good technology is going.
Mm-hmm.
What she said.
She said, "Yes, we got to change with the world and learn this new technology."
Yep. Cause see, I'm gonna tell you, I got out the lawnmower business. Let me tell you how I really got out the lawnmower business. I was mowing, and I was mowing in a nice neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
For money and this and that. And I was out there about 5, 10 years ago. I was out there and I seen a whole street, like 2, 3 yards. They had a little old bitty robot lawnmower that's going across the yard, across the yard. And I said, and it was just going all over the yard, and then once it get through, it'll go up under the garage and go put itself on the charger.
Oh wow.
And I said to myself, and then I started looking at these TV things, and people don't realize them robots. People got in their house. As long as they ain't got a bunch of furniture and all that, it's robots that just go up and clean all under the house, the
Mhm.
couches, and all that. So why would millionaires want a maid anymore when they got a robot that can go on the couches and everything? All you gotta do to buy best one of them. They're gonna go all over your house, boom. But you ain't got to worry about all that dusting and all that old type of stuff. Everything's straight. So why would you stress yourself out with some stranger in your house, or this and that, when you can just spend a little money and buy you a robot that do the same thing? And people don't
Mhm.
realize, if you think the wealthy is saying, "Man, I want you employed at my house," no, they're trying to figure out a way to get people up at their house. And if it take them to get new stuff and things, that's what they're gonna do.
Mhm.
That's what they're gonna do. And we have to realize that if you don't change the way you thinking and the way you coming across the world every day, you're gonna get left behind, and you're gonna be mad because you're gonna be saying, where did it go? Where did it go? How did I lose my job? Because you thought you had a 20-year job. That's how the last person lost their job, and the person before that. Because what we don't understand, companies go out of business, bosses die, people move, people are tired of doing it, doing something else. Uh, and if you don't protect the way you move, you're gonna get caught up in it,
That same thing.
because you're trying to hold on something too long and scared to let it go.
Yeah.
I I tell people all the time. People been trying to give me a regular job for a long time, and you know what I tell them? Man, I don't even want to get used to a regular job. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Uh, I know a regular job. I remember quitting the last job I had. They was like, "We hate to see you go and this and that and blah blah." I was like, I just don't ever want to work nowhere that I feel like I can be fired. You know what I'm saying?
I understand
Every
that.
day I wake up, I know I can't be fired, and that's a hell of a feeling. Is
Mhm.
feeling like I can't be fired. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah. So then Mississippi is at will state. They really don't have to have a reason to fire you.
And then, and then what makes it so bad, people don't realize just how they done twerk the laws and church laws. Now, people ain't got to hire you. They ain't even got to let you eat at their establishment. They ain't got to
Mhm.
baby you or nothing like that. They can tell you, hey, I don't want you here. No, I don't even want your kind here or whatever. You can take it how you want it, whatever. But see, this the problem. We so begging, and that's what happened to us back in the day when we had our own culture and was spending money amongst each other and this and that. Because if you go to Chinatown or something like that, or you go to the Jews, they spend their money over and over back in their neighborhood before it come out.
Mhm.
When we grab our money, as soon as we get our money, we run to another city, spend all our damn money, or we run on a vacation, or we run to the boat. We go on all these places and we throw all our money away, and then we wonder, oh, whoa, I need somebody to help me pay my bills. No, you need to goddamn help you get your mind right.
But just think, like for instance, I think that some of the parents um have bad spending. For instance, have you been seeing these lavish proms, lavish birthday celebration? I mean, baby showers, like you're having this like people will put into a matrimony, a wedding, and you're spending all this money for one night or one day. You have to think about things like that. And then most of the times when you're doing these showers, you know, you got to think like, am I making this so well for them, celebrating them that if they don't have a spouse, are they going to do this again?
And we celebrating them for the baby shower, having babies at the young ages, this and that. And what about now when the system is gonna make you not, because they already saying if you're not in Memphis, it ain't came here yet, but you never know. But in Memphis is already, if you're not in a relationship with a person and you have a baby with that person, that person don't have to take care of that baby. They got
Why? Until you have a DNA test?
no, no, no.
Hmm.
Look at Memphis law. They made it where if you're not in a relationship, say this man married,
Hmm.
especially if he's married. If he
Right.
married or the woman married, they in a relationship and somebody outside ain't in a relationship with them, don't stay with them or nothing, proving that they ain't in a relationship and they have a baby bound, they don't have to pay child support or nothing like that. That's called a
That's
party
good.
baby. That's called a party baby now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be rough now. Come on with it, Jack.
So wait till they take you. You can live in a you can live in a decent neighborhood. Live in a decent neighborhood. Maybe live in a decent neighborhood. Or say you can't buy quality stuff, fresher food, or you're only confined to a certain area. Or better yet, you're not allowed in a hospital and you're at the point of death. Wait till they take you. You can live in a decent. You can live in a. Help me understand what you're saying, Jay.
Well, I think I think he's saying that this is what I hear, like, a little bit of fear mongering when we start trying to really like go past the past, like we feel like they're taking everything away. If they take a little bit here, these are things people been complaining about. People who ain't paying taxes. We knew they was gonna get on their legals. We knew they were gonna get the see, people don't realize if somebody run on something and they win by a landslide, the people around here really want this stuff to change.
Yeah.
And If somebody run on something and they get all these votes and they win, you don't think they want to enforce what they told the people that they was running for? And we can't be this naive to look and see everything was going to change. And then we felt like it wasn't.
Right.
We knew this. That's why people so scared. That's why people sitting out there in the streets, this and that, and mad at all these what's name. But let me tell you something. If you sitting out on the street protesting half the day, that means you ain't got no damn job. You probably fair folks or something that ain't got no job, this and that. And these are the people that people are attacking, the people that ain't putting taxes in. They mad because why you got all day to stand in front of a penitentiary full of illegal people who not Americans in protest when I ain't even seen these many people protest in front of a black jail that got half us locked up in there. What the hell? We outside of a migrant. I ain't never seen you protesting trying to get none of our people out of jail. But you willing to go to jail to protest somebody that you don't know? You don't know their grandma. You don't know nothing. You don't know none of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something crazy. You ever seen a Mexican protest outside an all black jail? You ever seen this? I mean, it just crazy when you watch stuff and you watch how like crazy they got us mixed up in the head on what we'll fall for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we fall for a lot of stuff that we shouldn't be falling for.
That's sad.
Because, go ahead. Go ahead.
Jay said, fear is the beginning of understanding.
Okay, stop right there. Fear is the opposite. Fear is when you don't understand. Fear is when you get put out in the woods and you don't know nothing and you scared of everything that creaky and everything that wasn't name. But guess what? The person that been out in the woods plenty of time, they can walk right in the woods, ain't scared of nothing, walk straight through them things like it ain't nothing because they're not fearful. So fear ain't the beginning of understanding. It's the opposite.
I think he's probably quoting that. It's like a scripture that talks about things like that.
Yeah, but
like it's the starting point of when you have knowledge. When you are afraid, you don't know what else to do but start thinking. Like when you're in a stuck position, you think either you're gonna think how you're gonna get out of this situation or you're gonna sink.
But that ain't fear. See, fear is the thing that make you sink. You know, ever heard of panic attack and all that stuff? That's fear. Panic attack comes from fear. It's a lot of people died from fear. They got shot and they
But that's the thing. Do you understand? If you have the fear, either you're gonna have a panic attack and stay in that fear, or you're gonna start thinking and get yourself out the situation.
Or you can be calm and get yourself
out the situation.
Yeah,
that's what it means when you're saying you beginning understanding. When you're at a point where you have fear, you're getting yourself out that situation. Instead of you're going to take and you're going to have a heart attack or panic attack, like you said, are you going to work your way out of it?
Well, I don't. Well, I'm gonna do this. Still, right. So fear is the beginning of understanding, and non-fear is when you already understand. Right?
Okay. I think
I'm just saying.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying I think that statement he made was scripture related.
Yeah, I understand that, but
because it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Like when you fear God, you beginning to have knowledge and understanding. So, yeah. Like Jay said, he said, fear is the beginning of understanding.
Uh-huh.
The dodo bird didn't fear nothing. And now there's no more dodo birds.
I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know what a dodo bird is, so you're probably right.
Joe said, I ain't protesting. I'm kind of laughing because I've heard more Republicans say they're scared or regret they voted the way that they did. It's possible who out here who really losing major money.
Well, come on. Well, when I look at it like that, I look at it like they didn't understand that this wasn't a Republican vote. I'm not a Republican. I know a lot of people that's not Republican, and the reason they can look at certain stuff because they come from understanding that stuff had to change, and understanding growth. And people who stand stagnant, people still want everything to be like it was 20 years ago, $35 rent and all this. People want to be stuck in the same place. People that want to work 3 months out the year. I mean, we all know these people. So cleaning up is just like cleaning up Jackson. We need a good cleaning up because we have lost our way. We have lost our way. And a lot of black people have lost our way. They start celebrating more rappers and all that. People are like, oh yeah, Kevin Gates got real, good sense in that. I think everybody can talk some good sense, what's name, but I remember hearing Kevin Gates talk about eating some booty salad and all that stuff. And he lost me a long time ago when he was saying stuff like this. So I think if you say enough stuff, some things will come out like it got sense. But I think a lot of things, if you just saying stuff, it's going to be a lot of stuff that ain't going to have no bearings on life or how you know it. The stuff Kevin Gates talking about, he coming from a millionaire's point of view at the time now. He's not coming from, or he comes straight from like struggle to millionaire. And a lot of them people that can't look in between none of that. It's just like Lil Wayne. Just like he said, boom. He don't feel like nothing racist. He said he be around what's name. But you know what? People love Lil Wayne. But if they go and listen to his interview, he'll sort of say, "Oh, I'm not racist. Oh no, I'm this and that and blah blah blah." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? And when he think like that, that's how Trump got him out of jail. You know what I'm saying? When people know you're not racist and you're not a certain kind of way, they bound to help you more. And I think what black people not realizing right now, by us sometimes expressing how we moving with just race is really making other people racist. Like if you keep on talking about the Caucasians and the white people doing this and the white people doing that, white people person looking at this saying, if the black people thinking like this, I shouldn't help them. They don't want to help me. I shouldn't help them. And you don't realize how you setting us back. We are not moving forward because we are not going through what our grandparents go through or nothing like that. We letting people that come from a whole nother country, Africans, everything, come over here and making a living because they know how to stick together. Mexicans and all that, they know how to stick together. They ain't thinking about race. They just working together to get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
We not doing that no more. We used to have roofers that could get together, work together. We used to have a concrete man. Now everybody want to go out and do their own thing, this and that. And nobody coming together to do anything together. And I just feel like it's a wake-up call that if we make everything about race, we ain't gonna get all the money. We might get some of the money, but we ain't gonna get all the money. We ain't gonna get none of that money we could have had because we turned it off. See, when people sit here and they say they like Steve Harvey and all this Stephen A. Smith and all that, man, them boys, they talk a lot of stuff about race, but guess what? When it come down to it, they know who they know who get them their paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
How far to go. We don't know how far to go sometimes. We get to talking and putting people down and acting, and we go a little bit overboard too far. And we wonder why we can't get money, we can't get contracts, we can't get a lot of stuff. We stepping on our own foot.
Yep. She said, work your way out. That's what Mocha said.
Yeah.
She was saying when it comes to fear. Jay said, you're talking about the results of fear is in a negative manner, but fear kind of make you aware, get you prepared, and push you to be ready.
Well, I have to, because I figured, just like when we think about the great Kobe and the great Jordan and all these people, when they went in battle against people, you think they feared them, or they welcomed the challenge and wanted to destroy the other person. I think fear is the ultimate weapon that will get you not where you want to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's what you feel.
Yeah, I mean, because when you fear,
I'm saying it. Okay, go ahead.
You fear a lot of things you don't even try. Like if you fear, like it's a dude, it's 2 or 3 basketball players that are great basketball players, but they fear flying, and they can't be in the NBA if they can't fly on the plane. So they got kicked out the league because they're scared. Their fearness of flying. Madden, before he died, he wouldn't fly an airplane. He would just take that bus everywhere. So if it wasn't in America or whatever, if he couldn't get on a ship, it was a wrap. So,
but I'm saying, like, if you
limits. Go ahead.
I'm saying in the sense of if you let fear take you like that, then that's where the problem comes. So, like I'm saying, like Monet said, you work your way out of it. When you facing fear, you get past it. And in the sense of Jay, he's saying you push past it, or you go and prepare yourself to do better. So I'm taking it in a positive aspect of when you're facing something fearfully. You move a little different. And I'm sure you can attest to moving different if something made you jar a little bit, or something happened to make you say, like, how did I slip this way? So when I slip that way, I'm going to work in every aspect of not being able to be slipped back that way where something can happen to me. I'm going to try and protect myself or my situation where you want to be involved in it. Like with certain people, we go through life and we deal with people a certain type of way. Something happened that probably brought something negative in your life. So you start protecting yourself, from people because of what you've experienced. It's called life experiences. Not saying that you have to cut people off because you've dealt with something. You just move a little different because of the knowledge you've gained from what you went through.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I think fear, fear can keep people from
moving forward in anything.
Yeah,
If you scared, you won't do it.
yeah, and imagine. I'm trying to think. Hold on. She said, "Yes, yes, yes. You protect yourself from all of that." And when we say all of that, we saying like a lot of life experiences. Um, but like I said, fear is like he said, it's the beginning of let me see what he said. Beginning of understanding. So this is what I'm saying. But once you understand, the fear goes away.
That's what we're saying. That's all we're saying.
No, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, once you understand, because he said the dodo bird didn't fear, the dodo bird didn't fear nothing. Okay, that's how black people are living out here. We living out here like we don't fear nothing. Black people are living out here, fuck police, fuck everybody, fuck you, mama. And let me tell you something. Everybody coming out here, and every picture they got finger signs, throwing finger signs on Facebook and everything. What's nice. And you know what I see on a lot of funerals? Them same finger signs. The same dudes that saying fuck you to everybody, I don't give a fuck, and all that. I'm seeing them same fuck you signs on their obituaries and all that old type of stuff too, on shirts and all that. And we got to realize if we run around saying fuck everybody, usually, like he said, the dodo birds, everybody who wasn't scared of nothing, they ain't here no more. You feel what I'm saying? So them same dudes that I don't feel nothing but this and that and that. Okay, you'll go meet them quick when you don't feel nothing. Because you drive fast, you running lights. Just get this whole conversation, all this old fear, going out, pulling the gun on everybody, thinking you can handle everybody the same way, talking to everybody crazy. When you don't fear nothing, usually them dudes don't live that long. But understanding that you need to respect other people to be respected, and that's the opposite of fear, having respect for people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like they got to put a level of fear in everybody, or they got to be the big bad guy and all that. But the respect of everybody helps you move around this whole town and everywhere around you much easier than acting like a brute or acting scary. Because like I tell you, I say it all the time, lions eat deer. So when you're scared and you're around here like a chicken with your neck, what's name? You look like a person that need to be that somebody will come after if you don't look like you belong. You know what I'm saying? So people got to understand how they move and everything. Go ahead with read them.
Jay said, to be clear, I got good friends that we talk about a lot, give and take, but we listen and rationalize through the maze in order to find the truth. I don't laugh at any mishaps, especially when they just trust to tell me things. However, I have to consider they were warned, but they have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
With that. Go ahead. Yeah, a lot of life experiences was the teacher. You know what not to do anymore. Yeah, and I can't say you learn not what to do anymore. Sometimes you got to do the same thing, sometimes just a little different. Sometimes you could tweak something just a little bit and it work out this time that it didn't work out before. Like you might say, oh man, I was paying somebody to work on something, right? But my one mistake was giving them all their money. And then I gave them half of their money. And I told them the other half, I'm going to give it to you when you get through. And once they got through and you give them the money, now you feel better. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not that you didn't learn, you wouldn't do the same thing again. You just make a little tweak sometimes and you can still move. You can still make stuff happen the same, just moving a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a life altering thing. Because think about it. Most people that tell you, "Oh, you can pay me when you get through," they trying to do a good job and they trying to handle stuff right, but they do want to get paid when they get through.
Right. That part.
Once they get through, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to look at it in all different things. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people that, once they know you about business and you handle your business and this and that, people
They'll
want to
move different with you.
people want to mess with you. And people that know that you ain't about that business and you talk a good game, but don't really hold up to your word, and your word is a little shaky all around here, people look at you different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always said, I think the men I know would rather move with respect and honor than to be running around here looking over your shoulder all the time, thinking, everybody thinking you trying to get over on them and all that type of stuff. So I just try to deal with people that feel like, okay, my name good. They know once they handle business with me, they're gonna get paid, they're gonna get whatever. And you just got to have them type of people, and your resume move with itself. You know what I'm saying? If people know
Yeah.
you have business out here, people start dealing with you. If they look at you and they say he don't really, tend to his business and all that, people gonna start moving away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think everybody got to figure out how you move and really got to move a little different. Like I try to just a lot of things when you're trying to move new, a lot of things be on your plate sometimes, but it's a lot of stuff you can't get to because if you moving new, that might be old. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes to get to the new, you have to leave a lot of the old stuff alone. And so I think a lot of people, when you get down to business and this and that, and when you're trying to change and this and that, because I think everybody kind of think about their own, own problems. So say if you got stuff going on and you're a little busy to do what's name, somebody else thinking, man, if you just come over here and do this and come over here and do that, but they don't look at your problems and your issues and stuff you have to get done every day, because a lot of people just worried about them. See, when they go there and they work for the man or whatever and they do their 9 to 5, you can't tell them between their 9 to 5 doing their 9 to 5 to come do something for you.
Mm-hmm.
Work. I'm gonna get off to what's name, and then I'm gonna be tired, and they gonna have every other excuse to come and help you do anything. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you say you at work and you doing something, Everybody always, oh man, you ain't really just doing this. You ain't really just doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Reed Lewis. What's up, James up in his house? Another entrepreneur. Go ahead.
It said having self-respect will take you to the mountaintop. Having self-respect will surely lead you into respecting others.
Right. And I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. 100%.
Hmm.
As one of the top fence man in Jackson, and the best men that do it.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And she said, read that.
Mocha said exactly. Leave old stuff alone. People got to learn to live for themselves first.
Yeah. And that's what people got to realize. A lot of people, they do what they got to do for them first. You know, because I can sit up there and tell somebody else, oh, you know, a person be like, man, I might go to the store later on. You tell them, hey, won't you go to the store now? They be like, I don't feel like going to the store right now. I get there when I'm ready to get there. But then
Mm-hmm.
on the other side, if I'm doing something in the middle of the joke, will be like, hey, won't you come through and do this for me? Whoop, whoop. And I'll be like, hey man, I'm doing something. Oh man, it's downplayed because a lot of people.
They feel like your stuff is less important.
There you go. There you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Once your stuff gets so important, you start looking at other people's stuff like it's less important. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And man, doing all right, man. Good to see you on the gent, man. I know you shots out to the old 900. He got that thing still down there jumping and things and running that fence business and all that. He probably still selling Cimarron somewhere, but I just throw that out there. Come on
Jay
with
said, fear isn't always bad. There's always at least two versions of anything. There is a positive and a negative use of fear. There's even a positive and negative involvement of success. There's a positive and negative influence when it comes to hunger, punishment, or even being poor or lacking. Wisdom is the ability to correctly divide between the two.
Okay. I'm pushing between now. I think we done came in that middle ground. We done found it up there. I read that.
And Mocha said, exactly. People feel they stuff more important than yours all the time.
All the time.
All the time. We would say, yes, I had to drop in and ease. Yeah. I said that in my Lewis voice, and is.
Yeah, and he is still dropping them sim rolls out somewhere.
I know, right? Let me see. Do it taste like the fair? Can I get one on
Oh
the
yeah,
plate?
he got that shoe. That man. Oh, he had a whole Cimarron factory going at one time. I was like, God, he almost made me start selling Cimarron. Look. You go and it's like you watch the game. You know, it's just like the game back in the day. You see somebody hustling, making money, you be like, hey, that look like a good hustle there. Shoot. I was like, man, I'm about to buy me some cinnamon rolls or make some cinnamon rolls. Ask my grandma how to cook some rolls. Rest in peace to my grandma, because I was in there trying to learn how to make biscuits and everything before she died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was out there rolling them things out. I'm like, yeah, I need to learn how to make this with just the flour and you know what I'm saying? And get
Mm-hmm.
the can. You know how they used to get the can and make the what's name? All that.
Yeah, the circle, perfect round.
Uh-huh.
Lewis said, I made a lot of people starve for show.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, because I remember he had, I know he made about 3, 4 women started doing that. I know. I know he had two of them working at 2 different spots cooking for him at one time. And
Oh
then
wow.
yeah, but it's like anything, man. You find a hustle, and you drain that thing. When it's hot, you got to run that thing as far as you can go. And then when it's over with, you just got to find another hustle and keep it going. You know
That
what I'm
part.
saying?
Mm-hmm. Jay
Oh,
said he's more positive with everything.
yeah. And that's the way to go.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
life.
I a lot of times it's a lot of stuff that I can be like, um, you know, I can watch and I can see that at one point in my life that I'd be like, oh man, dang, this and that, trying to satisfy too many people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
trying to satisfy too many people. Going over here, oh man, I told him I was coming back, go over here, go over there, and you stress yourself thin, and you realize that you're doing too much. He said, especially that special person in my life.
Okay then. Who said I had 10 DoorDash cars going at one time. That's what's up.
I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. That went to, man, I think every time I seen it, he had them things on it, hey, rolling at them Cimarron, boy. And boy, he had them little boxes and boy, I think I'm talking about, I ain't gonna even say the prices. I think it was like $5 Cimarron or something like that. They were
It
pretty.
probably worked. The fair be about what, 10, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, you're
You
gonna
gotta
learn.
learn you can't satisfy nobody but yourself.
Yeah,
I knew what you were saying, Mocha.
yeah.
Big boy, we cut from the old cloth. Stay down and keep grinding, bro. That's what's
Yep,
up.
all the time. Yep. Man, I'm talking about, boy. I remember, man, you remember when we used to be out there 5, 6 in the morning when you used to have that first barbecue grill on like was that Hare Street or no Booker Street or one of them streets down through there, man. I'm talking about when you first had that trailer pulling way back then, when your children was small and had them working, and what's name? Man, that was a long time ago.
So he got his children being entrepreneurs
A couple
early.
streets from the hotel, I think, from Highway 80. He know what I'm talking about. He said, and now, honey, is where I I stayed, where
Where I stated.
nah, it was
Where he started.
oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
So he used to make the cinnamon rolls at the club.
he said, then Hully Gully. Nah, but see, we wasn't in front of no club. Well, that's probably what it was. Jungle. That what it was. It might have been the Hully Gully on that street. It looked like Harold Booker, one of them streets in Washington D.C. Um, he said, "No, I was cooking at all the clubs." Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
So
it
he
was,
had like a portable, like he moved
oh
around.
yeah. When he first wasn't there, he was cooking everywhere. Yeah. That's But people didn't realize how much like people like us used to grind all the time. I mean, like it wasn't no we didn't believe in that stopping and chilling and all that old type of stuff like what they do now. You know what I'm saying?
Straight work.
Yeah, it was straight work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
One thing about it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their different hustles, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just can't, profess on mine and all that good stuff. It just is what it is. Everybody had their hustle.
He's the grass cutter.
We done said Birdland 900, Mister.
Mr. Heavy. Oh, Williams Lounge, B2B, in every concert in the city. What is Mr. Heavy? That's in Jackson.
Oh, it looked like it got Mister, and then it had
900 Mr. and then Heavy. Oh, okay.
yeah. And then I remember Williams Lounge. I got to call him out. Yeah, that's when he stole my club on William Lounge from me and things. I ain't gonna call no names and nothing. Now he got to laugh on that. I want to hear this comment here. I remember when he stole my club in what's the name? Oh, he said the old club in addition. Yeah,
okay.
Let me hear about this one. I know he got to say something now when I said about him.
Oh, he stole your club, Mega Evers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What you was gonna do with it? Huh? You was gonna cook cinnamon rolls?
I don't know. I probably could have. Watch this. You and I knew he wasn't gonna do nothing but laugh. I knew he wasn't gonna do nothing but laugh. I had signed the lease and everything. He went and got me, boy. That's a hustler there. But you can't do nothing but pat him on the back and keep on kicking, man. What's for me is for me, and what's
that part, hello.
It's not for me. You know what I'm saying? What up turns up in his house?
Parents said, don't forget about the Stardust.
That part. He said.
Lewis said he took him to court, baby.
Because I tell you, man, I was right there about to get the club. And blam, I had signed the lease and everything.
It wasn't for you. It wasn't for you. That's all I can say. It wasn't for you.
Nah, it wasn't for me. I was trying to do too much. I'm like the next man. Sometimes you're trying to do a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows. Yeah. But Louis, what you think about the new mayor and what's going on in Jackson and what you think he'll be able to do? Because I don't know. I'm like anything, you get a little excited, like, something might happen or whatever, because you always want to see something a little positive, a little better. I like how we really exposing how bad Jackson is right now and making them get off their ass. They need to hire more city workers again, get these city workers out here cleaning up and stuff, because I think we got to the point we start trying to depend on the jails too much to clean up our mess and all kind of stuff. They don't even get the jail people to come out and cut the yards.
I don't even see them anymore.
No, even the jail people done got lazy. I ain't cutting no yard. I'll pick up some paper. They probably don't want them cutting yards. Don't want them to get hurt or weedy to get them or something. I don't know. All right, read on.
The girl that was renting the club was behind on rent.
Yep.
I paid her rent with my check. Mr. William cashed it, which meant he couldn't rent to anyone else.
I know. I know she was behind, and I was finna come in. I was already
You thought you was gonna sweep that
man,
kid.
and already signed the lease. he caught up the rent and everything. Just said, "Whoop," just took it from. he did a
Money talks.
he did a Superman on me. This first time we just
Money
talked
talks.
about it in public.
But you know what? The good thing about it is out
What
of
up?
love. Ain't no
Oh,
problem
no,
with it.
we
You know?
hustle. No, see, one
That's a good thing. That's
one
called some
thing.
men talk. You can't
Yeah,
be mad
look,
about it.
and he said he bought the building behind it. But see, I was trying to buy the building from the door, and that's what I would talk to him about from the door. That was my whole thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but just like that, yeah, now hustlers, man, I ain't gonna never get mad at nobody that hustle and this and that. It
I hear
just
you right.
It's just like serving somebody. They came to you before they came to me. Hell, goddamn shit. It don't matter. I
He's serving somebody. What are you talking about, sir?
don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I know you just speaking out of the mouth of
pizza.
babe.
Pizza. I used to work for Domino's. Look it up.
Oh, she's doing the pizza slices. That's what I'm talking about. You better slice that pizza.
Hey, done did a little something everything. I sold car alarms. I done helped the tent man, sold stereos, alarms, car alarms. Shit, I did it all.
He said, but about the mayor, that part.
Yeah.
What about him, Louis? What you got to say about the new mayor candidate, John Horn? That's who Mr. Know-it-all is.
You know what? See, that's somebody who probably know a little bit more about him than me. Cause see,
Oh, okay.
you know what? If he was from Jackson, I probably would know a little bit about him. But
He really think that John Horn would be a great mayor. Okay.
okay. And then I was thinking too, we needed outside. You know, because I think like even a person like me, I'm too passionate. I think I get on a lot of people's nerves, whatever. But it needs stuff done, and I think that's the kind of mayor that people can work with because I think people been kind of getting, trying to get stuff because I'm finna come in and try to tear down some of these houses too. I want to make some of this money. I'm coming through. I'm just saying.
When you walk through,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna mess around and buy me a track hole or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to tear down some of these houses too. I done learned a little couple of things and stuff. I'll be trying to tear down these houses too. Shoot.
so do your thing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I think it'll be all right though. You can't be mad at this stuff.
Of course not.
Yeah, I think this the first time I have heard a lot of people being positive about the mayor. Only thing I ever heard negative was they were talking about one of the DUI things or something. But other than that, I've never heard nothing bad about them like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think like anything, I think he'll do the city good, and he might even change the way we look at our city. Because I think we have we so busy trying to make this a big city type experience, and I don't think it's the same thing. Read that right quick.
They said I've met and worked with him. I like the point that he knew what he wanted and he knew good when he saw it. Even opened the door for my business to grow. He didn't know me from Adam.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I got to meet old boy.
Well,
'Cause-
actually, a part of the organization where I work out at, he has been a part of our organization and gave a great donation to our anniversary.
Oh no, you got to introduce me to him because yeah, I'm trying to make some of this money. Shoot, he gonna make me. I'm gonna buy something to make some of this money. Cause I already
But
said,
I'm telling you, I have his number.
oh, that's what's up.
That's the type of thing, like he's one, he'll give you his telephone number. You need something, call him. He'll say that.
Hmm.
He's that type of person.
Oh yeah, I think we're
And
going.
he old school. People, only thing you heard people bring up about John Horn, you never heard him saying he stepped out on his wife, he beat his kid, he beat his wife. Only thing you heard was he was leaving an event and somebody harassed him and pulled him over and said he was intoxicated. But that was thrown out. But they're not going to tell that part. They're just going to say he was charged with DUI, So that's the only thing you can bring up over all the other positive things. You got to reiterate your thoughts.
Okay.
Terrence said he might, but his hands will be tied when you have folks sitting on the board stopping him from trying to do the right thing. And then that's the thing. I think that he has enough pull where the board that he's coming up against will not even fool him because this man knows the laws, the rules, and regulations of 32 years of serving on the Senate, working in the district in Hinds County and Madison County. So I'm thinking like he have met people over this time span. I think that he have a lot more clout than these people that's working on the board that's taking this extra income.
And I think a lot of these people, just like a lot of, some of these council members and this and that. And I think sometimes they don't realize they not connected to the people. When I seen him, I didn't even see what's name. When I was in the hood, I seen him riding through the hood in his truck and they putting out the signs and stuff like that. And I was like, they in the hood, like really trying to get, ground roots, trying to get people to vote and this and that. And I've seen Chuck Way in North Jackson and stuff like that, but I really never seen him nowhere else. I mean, just being honest, you know.
Well, you didn't see him in South Jackson until this last election. Right before the last election, he was with the community in South Jackson picking up paper.
Yeah.
But you picking up paper when you have all these dilapidated houses in South Jackson, these streets you can't even drive down. Like they shouldn't even be called a street anymore because they have so much debris. You can't even drive through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But you out here picking up paper for picture's sake.
Right.
Don't wait till election to try and do something.
And then I think with that being said, like you said, with the new mayor, the whole thing about cleaning up the city, I think I would love to be a part of that type of, if I can get with him and get a little money to clean up this city, and down here, not trying to rob the city or knock the city blind, just getting properly compensated to
do some little odd jobs on getting the city together. There are so many people that will volunteer their service to get this city together or to clean it up. There are a lot of people that will volunteer their services for that.
Well, I probably buy it until a day or something, but okay.
I said a lot of people. We're not just talking about you, mister.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Did we read that one?
Yeah, we read that. That was the last thing we read. Lewis said he's speaking on fixing self first.
Yeah. Okay.
Lewis says Stokes, John Brown, and Benny is backing him. He has ties with the governor, so he will bring growth to the city. Yeah. We just have to focus on fixing ourselves, bro. I heard you say this earlier.
Yeah.
He was hitting West Jackson in his first term. Once he got the west side locked in, he left and came back north. At the election, he knew he had to go out south.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
I mean,
knew it.
I'm gonna tell you, I I was working and I was like, man, I'm catching them in the hood. And shoot, I'm looking. I mean, he was moving around, and like you said, once you got Stokes and you have Stokes respect, and you have John Brown
John Brown.
and Bernie, all them right there. I mean, that's a big thing to get that many people that many kind of people respect like that. I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of impressive,
Yeah, that's a plus.
because that mean that mean uh, they feel like he's a serious man for the city, and once you serious about the city, I can't do nothing but bag you too, Yeah.
Hmm. Ward 3 is Brown, Benny, and Stokes. Okay.
I mean, yeah. I think it's gonna be all right. I think because the final thing is what, June,
Hmm.
and then he can get to work right after that. Then it's official, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, this is the actual runoff between him and the Republican and
right,
the Independents. Hmm.
right. So right after that, June, when is it? June the 2nd or something? What is
I think it is.
well, and right after that is on and popping. June the 5th, we should be goddamn boots on the ground. They're gonna be playing that song, boots on the ground. And hopefully we have some real boots on the ground getting something done.
That
Because
part.
Jackson did a lot of work.
I
Uh,
agree.
yeah.
Stokes is the head leader of the council, the city council. He will win votes in the council.
Well, I think it's finally getting to the point that all them childish games and all that, you know, um, is finally coming to pass, because I feel like the city council and the mayor, it was being handled like kids for a minute, all
Yeah, real childish.
fights and stuff and all this. Oh, you smoking weed, or you doing this, or you doing that, and I just think they had to get back to being serious about really getting something done. I'm listening to Joe go all over the world talking about doing something, but hell, I'm looking at all these dilapidated houses all over the place where somebody won't even just send somebody to clean up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's big potholes out, and then all of a sudden, election year, a couple months for election, now all of a sudden we putting paving streets now. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that look. I want streets paved shit right after the election. I want stuff done. All doing was I want the Metro City Mall, if they ain't gonna do nothing with it, tear it down, do
That's
something.
what I'm saying. That place
I mean,
is so terrible.
I
Have you
mean,
rolled through there?
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God, it's terrible.
The bulldozer just go around the whole thing, tear up all the
Just
roads.
knock it down.
Oh, I'm saying the foundation structure. I haven't seen cracks and all that, but the road around that thing, oh Lord have mercy, it just need to be. I'm telling you, they just need to take all that up and do it different or something. But we got to do something.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is probably the first time that the city has really, because like I said, if he got the governor, you know, liking how he move, they know that when they give us money, it gonna be handled the right way with pouring over the money.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes when you got a man that got money and he ain't just trying to go and get it,
Making his income.
and it's like anything. Like when you come, like sometimes when some of these men come to the later part of their life, they just want to leave a legacy, and leave it right, leave it better than what they left it with. And I just think we're gonna see a big change in Mississippi. Probably more things coming to Mississippi, more jobs, more because I was hearing the governor was saying something about how they cut some stuff and they got some more jobs coming already.
Mm-hmm.
The red tape, they cut a little red tape to let some jobs come on there. So I think we are the best, the next best thing that should be jumping. All the cities around us are already jumping. Atlanta, every major city got money some kind of way this way. Come on with it.
Lewis said Horn would get what he wants passed with the help of Kenny. Benny and Brown will give Horn what he needs to make change. The number one thing is John Horn isn't going to steal.
Right. There you go. That what's up.
Terrence said once he get in, I hope he will still be in the street to see what's going on and talk to people to see how he can solve the problem. I think he will. He seems to be a very people person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
He even visited my church before.
Yeah, I'm on.
And we were doing these tubs like where we donate to the people. I think it was like in Hattiesburg, which is Forest County. They had tornadoes to go in that area and tear it up earlier part of this year. So our church was doing like these little buckets. You fill the buckets with household supplies and things like that. Even like the news came out and he was there filling buckets, helping us fill buckets to send out to the neighboring cities that were affected by the storm. Yep. So he does his community service. I can't say that. Lewis said he will be, or we're going to be knocking on his door.
I just think old school cat like that. He probably the type of cat that get along with my pop and with a whole lot of stuff that people trying to do the city a little better. And I'm just excited to get the city better. We need to knock down some of these places and build up some of these places and get it in.
Okay.
I'm ready. I think a lot of people ready. I mean, it don't get no more ready than this.
Mm-hmm.
Knock, knock. Hey, John, you need to get busy, player. But you know what? One thing about it, I think right now, because like I said, you got his number. Lewis say he know him, done work with him and this and that. He help out. And a lot of people like that don't mind opening doors and letting you get this money or letting you do some things. I think it's gonna be a nice little change. A change of how stuff is. Yeah.
So good.
Yep. Sounds good to me. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I thought there was one more thing.
Lewis said that's what he told me when I was building his fence. Change this, change that. I gave him what he wanted.
Well, Hey, that's how look. That's how it goes sometimes. You
Business is business.
know, yeah. I get a lot of people be talking about it. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I think we might have us some. We've been praying for somebody different for so long. We might find us something this time. So it is what it is.
That part. All
Well,
about the business, bro.
that's what's up.
Terrence said, if he doesn't do his job, I will rock bottom him and say, if you smell what Terrence is cooking,
Yeah, I think the old man gonna get it done, man. He don't seem like he seems like a no nonsense type dude that like to get stuff done or whatever. And I like them type that they're about business. And like I said, you get out there, do some work, and the joker get you paid and stuff like that. Man, that's the best type of business to be. What's name? I be right there trying to work with the city, trying to figure out how to get up in there and do my part. That.
okay. A mess.
But I think I think we feel. I think everybody so far. I think everybody feeling pretty good about him.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone say anything too salty or anything.
That
So
was
that's
that was
fun.
my whole point. That because like I said, they even called my phone about him this and that, and I didn't know much about it then, but I did my research and all that. But I feel like I don't get them bad vibes from him. Like you know how you see people and you see the genuine, what's my, you know, when a man ain't about a haircut, you know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you look at the man and be like, whoa, that joke don't never come out without a bad haircut. I mean, you gotta respect people that's about business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. I think we might be on to something because we need somebody to come through there and wipe all this to clean up the city. Because
Hmm.
that should be the first thing on the agenda. Clean up the city.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Read that.
Sharon said, all jokes aside, his hands would be full, so it's going to take a while to get there. It's going to be a slow process, in which we know this and understand. If people know the time spent in office, he just can't happen overnight. And we
Yeah.
just can't get in there expecting that.
But I'm gonna tell you this. I really don't think it's gonna be a slow process because
I think he probably already have a plan.
because I think once you start tearing down these dilapidated all these houses, they got X's on them and all those type. You start tearing down stuff, cleaning up lights, weeding, trimming, and then the bushes all over the place, and you start making the city look prettier. Everything else comes. You know what I'm saying? Everything else comes once you, because guess what? All these bombs hanging under these bridges, all of that stuff. The governor just signed a bill to outlaw that.
Hmm.
Once the mayor get in, what's name? He can get all them folks down the hill by Nissan place off the highway. Back Gallatin Street, all them people
Oh
down.
yeah, yeah. Oh, they got a straight
Man,
house and cars and everything over
I'm telling
there.
you, they gonna get rid of all that stuff. They signed a bill outlawing all that stuff.
Oh
So,
wow.
So the governor signed that bill, what that 2 weeks ago, something like that. So it's a lot rougher than they think. Come on with it.
Bro, this is what we have to do. Form a committee made up of us, people who have a stake in this city, come together and make sure we get what we want. They work for us. It's all up to us as employees. We have to demand their jobs. They do their jobs. Okay.
Yeah.
So they work for us. It's all up to us as employers. So you will be the owner. So the employers, you have them to do their jobs, demanding them to do it.
Yeah.
I get you.
I got you.
I like a fair trade.
Because I see what he's saying. Like we love this city, and we ain't going nowhere. We got a stake right here that we want this thing turned around. See, we know how the police used to get down and get these folks out the way and all that, and we know how to clean up the city. We know how it is. Once you knock down the bando houses where Joe can't hide and sit on the porches and all that old type of house stuff and board them up and all that old type of stuff, it ain't much place for a Joker to hide no more. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he said our
tax dollars pay them. Okay.
And we paying all these taxes, they at least got to do something, do something to make it work or whatever. I mean,
look, more than holding the sign on the corner.
Yeah.
They're getting so bold, they telling you what I really want, not even the bull jank stuff. They tell you what they really need the money for, and I need you to give it to me.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got for it. What you thinking? What you thinking?
Sound like a plan. It's over with.
I think all those tax dollar people got to go to work in the morning too.
That part.
I think we all got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
How they say, don't pop that thing. It's got that swing. Yeah. Well,
share, subscribe, but we will see y'all next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Don't forget to like and share.
I gotta go. I'm having my lip syncing tonight, and I'm late. Yeah, I forgot he opened down there on Tuesday night down there.
Okay.
And I don't know what's his name. All right.
Yeah.
See ya next week, man. It was nice rapping with y'all. And I think we got a better understanding about the mail. I think all of us feel a little more comfortable. So hey, it is what it is. Well, with that said, we out of here.
Yes.
Yeah. Trip out big splash, baby, you can see it.
Hey, you too, big dog. I hope you have a good crowd down there.
On the surfboard emergency, ain't worried, they ain't notice me. Gotta get paid. Go on till I'm 6 feet. I'm pocket full on repeat.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? Listen, Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh?
Got him! Got him! Bye, Felicia.
Y'all fancy.
He like a a man, even if your eyes don't blur too weak. Dress down like I had a six
How they
with a
say?
nigga, that's a boss move.
You ain't got to go to sleep.
Do you and I'ma do I.
You got to figure out somewhere to go. We'll see y'all next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Don't forget to like and share. It don't cost a thing. Don't cost a thing to like and share. We will see y'all next Tuesday. And how they say, peace in the Middle East. And we out of this thing. And how they say, and we praying for Paula Jackson. All right. Sure live.